Hello everyone, my name is Vladimir and I'm 37 years old. I work as a watchman, but I'm also trying to create videos for my YouTube channel. I aspire to become a blogger.
В общем, вот такая работа у меня получилась сегодня. Я тут решил себе мангальчик сварганить.
What's your typical morning routine like?
Обычно распорядок дня у меня такой.
Well, it largely depends on whether I have work that day. When I'm at home, I usually wake up at around 7 a.m. Then I spend some time on my computer doing video editing until around 8 a.m. After that, I take care of household chores and any necessary outdoor work. The type of outdoor work varies with the seasons. I have more to do in the summer, less in the fall, and different tasks in the winter, such as clearing snow from the roads. So I try to get some video editing done before that, because there are times when I record a lot of footage and edit it throughout the day. We just had a quick snack and now we're off to take care of various rural tasks as needed.
По деревенским делам работы какие-то будем выполнять по мере необходимости.
One of my ongoing projects is to clear some trees on one piece of land and another on a second piece of land we own. We're heading there now and we'll grab some tea and sandwiches to keep us going. We'll probably work there until it's time for lunch. That's pretty much how the day will go. Today's plan involves clearing out overgrown shrubs. I've been at it for the past 3 or 4 days. As you can see, these young plants have taken over all the way to the end of the property. They were left to grow unchecked and now it's a bit challenging to clear the area. The trees have grown thick and I have to dig and cut through them. The regular shovel can't do the job, so I'm using a special kind of a shovel. But even a special one isn't holding up well. It's already starting to bend. Do you generally enjoy this kind of rural work? Well, I personally love the countryside. I dislike the noise and hustle of the city. Sometimes I spend the week in the city and when I return to the countryside, it's so peaceful and quiet. I really can't stand the noise. In reality, my workplace is just 1 kilometer away from my home. I can bike there in 5 minutes. And there's no traffic. People in cities spend hours stuck in traffic jams just to get to work and back, sometimes even 2 hours, especially in larger cities. Here it's pretty convenient. 5 minutes and you're at home, 5 minutes and you're at work. But, you know, rural salaries are not as high as those in the city. I mean, if you do the math, in the countryside you also have fewer expenses. Well, actually, there are enough expenses, but my salary suffices for me. However, it's not my only source of income. Many people here have additional side jobs, even if they go to work. What do you do for a living? Currently, I've been working as a night watchman at the local school for about 2 years. Specifically a night watchman, not a security guard. I prefer it that way.
Ночным сторожем, точнее.
Why did you decide to become a blogger, and what motivated you? I've always enjoyed making videos, and I started learning video editing to some extent. I needed a platform to share the edited videos, so I decided to upload them to YouTube. It's been a bit of a mixed experience, to be honest. It was quite challenging at first, but now it's more or less okay. I've even learned to speak in front of the camera, though it was initially tough with my shyness and insecurities. In that sense, blogging is a great thing.
В этом плане блогерство, конечно, очень хорошая штука.
So here is my GoPro camera I use all the time. It's always easy to carry around it fits in my pocket without any issues. It's small and convenient. With just one press I can start recording. The stabilization is good enough for me. I rarely need a tripod. I can just attach it to some surface and I'm good to go. I thought I would make some videos and subscribers would come on their own, but in practice it's not that simple. Getting subscribers has been a bit of a challenge for me. So I make videos primarily for myself and as a record of my experiences. It's a way to look back on what was happening in my life even a decade ago. I organize my videos into playlists by year for easy reference. How many subscribers do you have now in total? Currently, I have 1,376 subscribers. I'm not particularly fond of very hot saunas, and I don't like sitting in the steam for too long, so temperatures of around 50–60 degrees Celsius are just fine for me. Living in the countryside is absolutely wonderful for me. I have no desire to live in the city in a concrete box. I'd much rather live in a cozy little rural house where there's peace and quiet, clean air and a sense of calm without any noise. I'm not much of a socialite, so the countryside suits me perfectly. Although I do feel like there's more work in the countryside compared to the city, especially when it comes to maintaining a household. In the city you don't do much. You come home and relax in your apartment, watch TV. But here you have to work all day, sometimes even in the evenings, fixing the roof or repairing a fence or building something. So there's a lot of variety here. Personally, I prefer this lifestyle over city living. I can't stand spending the whole day in a concrete box, it's just not for me. Could you tell me about your hobbies and what you're passionate about in general? I used to be involved in construction, so I have a deep love for all sorts of tools. From compressors to small hand tools. You can take a look here, for example. I have 5 angle grinders, which I can illuminate to give you a better view. 2 are small, 1 is big, and there are 2 medium-sized ones. Here's a circular saw, both corded and cordless. As I mentioned, I used to work in construction, so I often use these tools to earn a living. Nowadays I do it less frequently, but I still take on side jobs from time to time, mostly for personal projects. I think tools are indispensable, especially in the countryside. You need them for various tasks. When people see your blog about rural life, do you encounter any difficulties, and how do other rural residents generally react to it? I don't see any major difficulties. It's more about my initial shyness, I suppose. Well, that's mainly a thing at the beginning. You get used to it, and you start filming and talking in public without any issues. People might not be entirely accustomed to it yet, but with time they'll get used to it. Those who regularly interact with me are already accustomed to the fact that I always have a camera in my pocket and I can pull it out and start filming at any moment.